So I'm going to show you how we create our own classes in Java. So hopefully you remember that what I've got here is my class, and this class has got the main method in it. So this is going to be the class that runs. This is what the computer is going to do. Okay, so I'm going to add an extra file. So I'm going to go over to add files over here, and I'm going to add a file, and I'm going to create my keyword class. So I'm going to write keyword in there. Maybe actually I should make sure I just call that keyword.java, as it's a Java file. Okay, and then I'm going to start by telling the computer the name of my class. So this is a public class, and it's going to be called keyword. Now what's really important here, otherwise it won't work, is that the name of your class matches the file name. Okay, otherwise you'll get errors later on. Now I like to do this on the next line. You can do it wherever you want. So I've got public class keyword just to get me started. And if we look at our public, if we look at our main Java, that's the same thing. It starts exactly the same way. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, in the earlier video we talked about state and behavior. So I'm going to create the state part. All right. So I'm going to create the instance variables for this class. So we said there'd be two variables. They would be keyword and keyword definition. So I start with private string. This is going to be called keyword. So there's our first one, and I'll do a second one. Private string, and I'm going to call this one keyword definition. Actually, I'm just going to call it keyword def. Okay, so that's the state of my class created. Okay, now we then talked about the behavior. So we talked about accessor and mutator methods. Okay, so I'm now going to create the accessor methods and the mutator methods. So we're going to have a method which is going to be public. It's going to return a string, so we put public string, and it's going to be called get keyword. And we talked about this in the video that we don't need any parameters, so I don't put anything in the brackets. And then inside my curly brackets, all I'm going to put in there is return, and it's the name of this instance variable because that's what I want to output. Okay, it's just going to be return keyword, and that's it. That's that method created. So I can now move on to my next method. Again, public string. Oops. Get keyword def. Again, the computer does not need any more information to get that. So I'm going to put in two funny curly brackets. I'm going to put return. I'm going to return keyword def, which obviously matches this one up here. Alright, so those are my accessor methods. Now what I'm going to do is my mutator methods. So the mutator methods are going to allow me to change what's stored in these variables up here. Okay, so I'm going to have public. These are all going to be void because they don't return anything. Okay, so they're going to do something for us, but they're not going to give anything back after they've done it. Okay, so I'm going to have public void. This one's going to be called set keyword. Okay, now to change the keyword, if you think about it, what information do I need to provide? I need to provide the keyword that I want to change it to. Alright, so in my bracket, I'm going to tell the user that you need to provide me with a string, and it's going to represent the keyword. Okay, now what's important here is you note the name of this. Okay, so the string that they're going to give us, they're going to put in the brackets. So when they call set keyword in the brackets, they're going to put a string, a keyword. Okay, now what's important is we are going to refer to that keyword as KW from now on. Okay, so that keyword is going to be referred to as KW. So all I'm going to do inside here is I'm going to allocate KW to my instance variable up here to keyword. Okay, so I'm just going to say keyword equals KW. Really, really simple. Okay, and I'm going to do my other set. So this is going to be set keyword def. Again, what do I need to provide? I need to provide the definition. Okay, inside my funny curly brackets, all I'm going to do, again, KW def, which I've put here, is how I refer to the string that they've put in the brackets. Okay, so I'm just going to say that keyword def equals KW def. Alright, and that's it. I've created my own class. I've got two here. I've got my two get methods, and here I've got my two set methods. So I've got my two accessor methods up here, and I've got my two mutator methods down here. Okay, now look, I just want to show you how this works. So now I've done that, now I've created that. Okay, that's been saved. I can go back to main Java. So I'm going to get rid of this for loop that I was using just to mess around before. So now what I can do is I can create an object of type keyword, because that's the class that I've created. So I can go keyword. What am I going to call this keyword? I don't know. Let's call it x equals new keyword. Okay, and then all I do, if I want to set the I want to set it, so I go x dot set keyword. All right, which is the same method that we put in here, set keyword. All right, we go back to here, we open up the bracket. In the brackets we put the keyword that we want to set it to. Okay, so in my case I might set it to let's set it to CPU, like so. Okay, I can do x dot set keyword def. Alright, and I'll say the brain of the computer. Alright, and so there we go. I've used the mutator methods to set the keyword and set the keyword def. Alright, and now what I can do, let's just print it, just to show you what happens when I print. So if I go sys and out.println, and then I'm just going to use x dot get keyword. Remember, I don't put anything in the brackets when I want to get the keyword, and I'll put the semicolon on the end. If I run that, what we should see, we should see an error. That's absolutely weird. Oh, okay, you know what I've done wrong? Maybe you can spot it. Okay, if you have a look, public class keyword, it's with a lowercase k, and I've written it with an uppercase K. So if we just change that, it's always nice to get an error. Alright, we're all prone to making mistakes. Let's just check those methods, shall we? See, I did use capital letters there. Alright, so hopefully those methods should work. So we try again. Alright, and there you go. So you can see that it's printed that keyword that I put that I used that I set with the set keyword method. Alright, thank you very much.